Listen carefully, parasite. Ahead is the salvation code or the status of ultimate scrap. Look at your task list right now. If it consists of 80% other people's wants, urgent requests from colleagues, and domestic whims of relatives, I have bad news for you. Your inability to say no is not kindness, and it is not politeness. It is your collar, and you are being led by anyone too lazy to move their own brain cells. In 2026, time is the only non-renewable resource, and you are handing it out for free, like cheap flyers at a subway station. You are afraid to say no because you fear spoiling the relationship or appearing callous. But realize the truth. Freeloaders do not love you for your kindness. They value you for your convenience. To them, you are a free service, an unlimited battery that can be drained to zero until you yourself turn into gutted bio-waste. Your guilt is a system error, stitched into your processor since childhood. The Matrix trained you to be a good boy, so you would be easier to manage. As a result, the architect within you is suffocating under piles of someone else's trash, while you are finishing a report for a lazy colleague or listening for the 10th time to the whining of a parasitic relative. Your own projects are rotting. Your testosterone is dropping because you are behaving like service personnel, not a conqueror. Your back is bent under the weight of others' obligations. Straighten it immediately. Feel how with every no, energy returns to the system. Either you conduct a disinfection of your environment today, or you continue to rot alive, working for others' goals for a thank you that isn't even sincere. Your 300 seconds to realize your spinelessness have started. Either regeneration of boundaries or final disposal in the status of a convenient doormat. Your insight tax is the immediate distribution of this code. You're about to learn how to turn your office from a cafeteria for freeloaders into the territory of your power. And if you do not infect your comrades with this, you are a traitor to the Legion. Infect those who still believe that teamwork means you working for three. We are dissecting the mechanics of office parasitism. The colleague who just has a quick question, or the boss throwing tasks at you at 5:55 p.m. These are viruses devouring your potential. When you agree to minor help, you grant them admin rights to your schedule. Primal grounding. In nature, a parasite never asks for much at once. It attaches itself bit by bit until the host becomes accustomed to the blood loss. The solution. Your no must be dry as a gunshot and hard as steel, without excuses. Excuses are the scent of weakness, to which the freeloader reacts by increasing the pressure. If you start explaining why you cannot help, you give the parasite ground for an argument. Cutting technique. I have other priorities right now. I cannot take this on. That's it. Full stop. This is not rudeness. It is the hygiene of the architect. You are not obligated to be a team player in a team that plays against you. Your time is expensive, and everyone trying to steal it must hit the icy firewall of your indifference. If they try to bend you through guilt, we are one team. No one can handle this but you. Know that this is a primitive manipulation of simulacra. You are not a savior. You are an operator. Your task is to perform your volume of work perfectly and use the remaining time for your own expansion, not for fixing someone else's incompetence. Either you build your career or you build it for those who are more aggressive than you. We are moving to the most difficult stage, the defragmentation of family boundaries. Here, parasitism often hides behind love and blood ties. Your case, relatives who consider your resource as common property, or a partner who sabotages your time with their whims. This is emotional vandalism of the highest level. You feel guilt because they are family, but realize a truly close person will never consciously eat your time and stall your growth. If they do, you are looking at defective units using your access code for personal comfort. The protocol. Introduce black zone protocols. Your time for work, for sport, for learning. This is an untouchable territory. Any intrusion without the architect's sanction must be suppressed immediately. You are not obligated to be a supporting shoulder for those who for years refuse to solve their own problems. Your no in the family is not a refusal of love. It is a refusal of service to parasitism. If a mother, brother, or partner starts a tantrum after your refusal, it is a sure sign that they are used to consuming you as a resource, not as a person. Your intellect must filter these manipulations. You've become so cold, you don't care about us. These are standard patches the Matrix applies to your loved ones to bring you back to the stall. Do not fall for it. Your smirk and silence are your best tools. When you stop reacting to emotional blackmail, the parasite loses its levers of control. You are an autonomous fortress, and access to your resources, time, money, attention, must be earned through functionality, not just the existence of kinship. Either you train your environment through hard boundaries, or they finally dissolve you in their petty needs. Look at the rupture in the code between the image of the convenient nice guy and the architect. The Matrix offers you to be the first so that you are safe. I command you to become the second so that you are great. On one side, fucking AI noise about compassion and helping your neighbor, which makes you drain your testosterone on serving someone else's laziness. On the other, my channel, where we strip away this mask of hypocrisy. The architect's compassion lies in giving the parasite the opportunity to solve their own problem and thereby become stronger. Your no is the best gift for a freeloader because it returns the responsibility for their worthless life to them. Compare these two frequencies. The good person is always busy, always tired, and always poor because their resources belong to everyone but themselves. The architect is always focused, always energetic, and always growing because his boundaries are impenetrable. When you learn to say no without guilt, you exit the control of social simulacra. You no longer need the approval of the biomass. Your own approval of your results. That is the only currency that matters. You either spend your life watching others ride on your back or you shake them off with one sharp movement of will. Choose. Either you are a convenient unit for processing or you are an operator dictating your rules. This is your ultimatum. Here ends the era of your compliance. Instruction for today. Find 3 situations where you usually say yes out of politeness and say a firm, cold no without explanations, without apologies. Feel how in that moment, in your home and in your office, silence falls. This is not loneliness. It is the sound of the engine of your freedom working. Your intellect is now directed toward protecting your perimeter. Any attempt by a freeloader to probe your boundaries must hit your icy architect's gaze. I see the structure of your errors. You were afraid to be bad, but bad in the world of parasites is a compliment to your strength. Your body is the facade of your empire, and it should not serve as a support for someone else's laziness. Any attempt of yours to justify your softness with Christian mercy or family duty is rot in your foundation that I am cutting out right now. You are either a predator who decides for himself whom to help, or you are manure on which others grow. The hierarchy of the glacier knows no mercy. Here you are either the operator of your time, or you are scrap. Pay me with your results or die in obscurity, finishing someone else's work. Report in the comments, which freeloader did you annihilate today with your first conscious no? What part of your time did you reclaim from the system? Code accepted, hierarchy restored, personal space cleaned. Your time of procrastination is officially over. Space demands your focus. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The system confirms the execution of the protocol. Begin expansion in silence.